the best in the business, the team in blue. Should you require their advice, please feel free to approach either Aman, Daniel, Andrew, and of course Ilya and Lou Mickoska, who no doubt you've had the great pleasure of becoming acquainted with throughout the marketing campaign. Buyers, let me share with you the following announcements. Which team plays have you bid and buy with absolute confidence here today? The auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that were made available for inspection before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for a property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors have a reserve price as the auctioneer. I'll indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders, and prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and provides for fines for such conduct. The rules permit for vendor bids. The words I'll use during the auction to indicate that I'm making a bid on behalf of the vendor are vendor bid, and by law only I, as the auctioneer, can make a vendor bid. The contract of sale has been on display prior to today's auction. We call for a 10% deposit upon the fall of the hammer and the signing of that contract to take place here today, and the balance to be paid at settlement in 30 to 60 days time, at which time the vendor will provide the lucky buyer with vacant possession of the property. So an opportunity for those home buyers among us here today to get those keys and move in just before Christmas. What a great Christmas that would be. You can picture yourself entertaining family and friends in that spectacular backyard. And that's just one of the things that is on offer here today in the very heart of Lalor, where we've got access to a wonderful array of infrastructure. Everything is at your fingertips. Here in the heart of Lalor, easy access to transport, not far away at all from Lalor Station, providing simple access into the city. Plenty of parkland in the surrounding streets. Good quality schools to choose from, both primary and secondary. Add to that a great family home, a free-flowing floor plan, an entertainer's delight in that backyard, and you have the perfect package for you and your family. In fact, the only thing missing from this package is you and your family. We've got the opportunity to get you into the today, get the sold sticker up on the board. If that is your goal, buyers, right now is the opportunity to reserve that right. Where can I see a fair and reasonable starting bid for 74 Partridge? Who'd like to start us off, buyers? I don't mind the call. Start me where you like. I wish you had a pear tree in the back. It would have been a great line for a pre-Christmas sale, buyers. You can add that if you like once you've got the keys. I don't mind the call, buyers. I'm in your hands. Start me where you like.
680.
At 680,000, a fair start at 680 now. Welcome and best of luck here today. At 680,000, fairly been offered now. 680 the bid. At 680,000. At 680,000, bids there. Opportunity with everybody else. There's the competition. At, where was that? At 6, I was hoping for 700 in the rise, sir. Can you round me off to 7?
We'll see.
Yeah,
See later.
I'm asking you now though, sir. Can
sorry,
no, 690 then? Yeah. At 690,000, same courtesy at 7 now. At 700,000, back to you, sir. 700,000, there's the bid. Your 10 still good with me if you've got it. At 700, even money. At 700,000 now, fairly been offered at 700,000 across the road at 710, welcome. At 710,000 and 20. At 20 now. At 720,000. At 720,000, bid there. One bid not enough here today. 30, can I say? At 30, got. At 730,000. At 730,000, 30 I have. At 730 against you, sir. Is that a bid here? At 30 I have. At 730,000 against your bid, sir, at 730. At 730,000, fairly been offered.
40.
At 40 now. At 740,000, opportunity with you both at 40 now. It's got to be 50 in the rise. At 50, welcome. At 750,000. At 750,000, I'm not taking 5, I'm taking 10. At 750,000, make it 60. At 750 the bid. At 760,000 now, and I would think so at 60. At 760,000, fairly been offered. At 760 the bid. At 760,000, fairly been offered now. Once at 760, are we done? At 60 I have, sir, it's going to be 70. At 770 now. At 770,000. At 770,000, bid there, cross the road, opportunity with you now. At 770,000 against your bid. At 770 the bid. At 770,000, I will take the 5 at 775 in the same courtesy, sir, if you like. At 80. At 780 now. At 780,000, small bids help the competition come along. Big bids close the competition out. At 780 the bid now. First call at 780, taking 5 in the rise. Nice easy bidding at 80 now and 85. At 785. At 785,000, make it 90 now, sir. At 785 the bid for the first call. At 785, all done. Second call at 785,000, done. Finished. at 90, and welcome back, sir, 790,000. Sir, round me off to 800. At 790,000, the bid's there. 800 might be the mental barrier for your competition here today. Round figures usually are. At 790,000, the bid's there. It's against your bid now. Opportunity with you. Seeking instructions on the phone. At 790,000, fairly been offered. Have we done over here, Ange? At 790. At 790, the bid. First call at 790. All done. Second call at 795 now, and 800 beckons. At 795 the bid. At 795,000, fairly been offered there at 795. At 795,000, fairly been offered. I'll take 2.5 if it helps get you back involved, sir. Can I say 797.5? Thank you. At 797.5. At 797,500. At 797.5 now. At 797,500. Bids there, sir. 797.5. Got to be 800 now. At 797.5. Fairly been offered. At 797,500. Where was that? At 800, welcome back, sir, at 800,000. At 800,000 might be the lucky bid because we are on the market and we sell here today at 800,000. Keys with you as it stands. So we're selling here today. The bid's there, the keys are there. If you've come to buy, you must bid me now or forever hold your peace. I'm not going inside. I'm not seeking instructions. My instructions have been sought. They are to sell at 800,000. The bid is there. The keys are there and we sell if there's no further bid at $800,000 now. Once at 800, all done. Twice at 800,000. 801. 801 at 801,000. At 801 now. At 801,000. Bids back here. Keys back here now. At 801. At 3. At 803,000. At 803,000. Bid there now, sir. You had the keys for a moment at 4. At 804, at 804,000 and 5, at 805 the bid back against you, opportunity back with you, ball in your court at 805, but the keys are there. At 805,000, at 805,000 are we done over here at 805 the bid. First call at 805,000, at 6 now at 806 the bid, at 807 now, at 807,000, fast furious bid in here at 1 at 807,000, at 807,000 fairly been offered for the first call at 807,000, all done. Second call at 807, done, finished. Third at 808, 808,009. The quick retort again at 809. So the best response to a small bid's a big one, a knockout bid at 809,000. The bid's at 10 now at 810, at 810, at 810. 811 now, at 811,000, straight back at you, sir, at 811. At 811,000, are we done here, sir? At 811, thank you very much for your bidding here today. I will circle back to you, though. At 811,000, bid there, keys are there, we're on the market, we sell. There's no second chances here today. We're playing for keeps at 811, the bid's there, the keys are there, at 811. First call at 811, all done. Second call at 811, done. Finished. 820 and a great bid at 820,000. Testing the competition here today. It's just a big bid, so you can make one too. At 820,000, the bid's there, so we're done here. Thank you very much for bidding here today. At 820,000, bids there, keys are there. We're done here, ma'am. Thank you very much for bidding here today. 820,000. First call at 820,000. All done. Second call at 820. Done. Finished. Third, final call, 820,000, all done, all finished, all silent out. So we're done here, 820,000, you're definitely done. Thank you very much for your bidding here today. At 820,000, keys still here. At 820, looks like you've bet all but one, sir. At $820,000 the bid. 21. At 21. At 821 the bid. It was a big bid, sir. It gave him pause to think. At 821, one more big bid just might get it for you. At 821, the bid's there. 821, the bid.
I'll go 500.
At 500, 821.5, making me work hard here today. At 821.5, bids there, keys are there. Surely we're not walking away for half. At 22, and I wouldn't think so at that. At 822, at 822.5. At 822.5, can I suggest 25 in the rise? At 822,500, bid there, keys are there, only $1,000 bid. Don't let it knock you out for half. At 822.5, we sell once. At 822,500, done. Twice, 822.5, done and finished. Third, final call, 825. Welcome, entering the bidding in style here today at 825. Never too late till the hammer falls, and it was about to at 825. But the keys are with you now at 825,000. So you work so hard, you have to test their resolve. You almost had those keys for good. Are you definitely done? Thank you very much for your bidding here today at 825,000. Bid there, keys are there at 825. Thank you. At 825,000, bids here, keys are here. First call at 825, done. Second call at 825, done and finished, 8 1/4 for the third and final call, $825,000 the bid. We're done there, definitely done. We're done over here, sir. So you done? Do I have your best? Thank you very much for your bidding here today at 825,000. Once, twice, third, final call at 825. All done, all finished, all silent and out at 825. We're done here. Thank you once more. So if you tell me at 500, 825 and a half, at 825, almost bought it with one bid, sir. But I tell you what, you might buy it on the second. At 825 and a half, the bid's there. At 825 and a half, can I say 30, sir? At 825 and a half, the bid's there. I'm about to sell at 825,000. If you think about it, it might be at your own peril because we're on the market and we sell at 825 and a half. The bid's there, the keys are there. We sell once at 825 and a half, all done. Second call at 825, 500, done and finished. Third, final call, 825,500, all done, all finished, all silent and out. Out here, out over there. So, ma'am, you tell me you're out or sell, you're definitely done?
828.
828 at 800.
We're waiting for the third call.
How did I miss that one? At 828. At 828, a short leap to 30, sir. At 828,000, we're absolutely sure now. At 828, at 820, you've told me you're out before, so we've got some trust issues here. I don't know whether to believe you or not. At 828,000, the bid's there. You're definitely done. Thank you very much for your bidding here today. 828,000, they all tell me they're out. The bid's here, the keys are here. First call at 828, all done. Second call at 828,000, done, finished. Third, final call, $828,000 the bid. Are we done? Finished? Silent out at 828. We're definitely done there. We are selling. Just confirm one more time for me, Ilya, that we're done. We're selling, selling, selling. Sold. Congratulations and well bid. Please join me congratulating our purchasers and our vendors here today. You've just witnessed another successful Harcourts Rata & Co auction. Have a great weekend. See you again soon. Thank you.
Now you're shaking. You were nervous still before.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations. Congratulations.